Today's question is from Jenny, and she wants to know how to design her own SVG files. This is the Creative Crafters Podcast. Hi, I'm Bette from Bette's Makes, and this is your questions answered. Now, designing your own SVGs doesn't really take a lot. The biggest issue for most people is you have to learn a different software in order to do that. Now, what I like to do is hand draw a couple of things that I want, or take a screenshot of something I am really interested in making, or just have an idea in my head that I can doodle down. Now, what you really need to do when you're designing your own SVG files is have a basic understanding of a program or two. Now, Illustrator is a little more expensive, but inside Illustrator, what you would need to know is a lot of the basic commands, and that would allow you to make lines and curves and shapes, and then you can put your own SVGs together. Now, that is one program you can use. Another program you can use is Inkscape. Now, you could actually bring in a photo to Inkscape, and it can separate it into an SVG. But if you want to design your own, you're going to have to learn Inkscape in a way that you can draw your own images, or at least put shapes together in order to do that. Now, that's just a couple. Now, there are other programs where you can do SVGs, and believe it or not, if you go into Canva, one of the more popular places, now you have free Canva, and then you have the paid side of Canva, where you can design things by putting parts and pieces together using their elements, their text, or anything you've uploaded inside onto a canvas. So in Canva, you can play on the canvas and move things around. Now, when you go to download in Canva, it's fairly easy. You can actually choose SVG. Now, I've had a little experience with that, and it hasn't worked out exactly the way I wanted it to, but I did give it a test. It's an okay way to start designing your own SVG. Mine of preference is Illustrator. Now, Illustrator's not that easy to learn, but I did go to Skillshare. I think it's Skillshare. And I learned from Helen Bradley. I took every one of her classes over a period of 3 or 4 weeks and practiced until I could get the software the way I want it. Now, you're likely not to have that much time, so try Inkscape, try Canva, and I know, Jenny, you'll be able to design your own in no time flat, because SVG is just a file type, just like a PNG, not much different, and I know you can do this. So your 3 choices, of course, from me in my recommendation are Illustrator, number 1, number 2 is Inkscape, and number 3 is Canva. So I hope that answered your question. This has been the Creative Crafters Podcast, and your questions answered.